Hi guys, welcome back to the channel in the first of our mainstay articles on the topic of the thin blue line and what it is. In an ideal world, it is a gesture that reflects a sacrifice made and is akin to the armed services egg property. But what is public perception? It is becoming a widely held perception that officers displaying this symbol are acting on a groupthink or in an our gang culture, where the first duties to protect and enforce the public are compromised by putting officers first. Likewise, it has become apparent that the symbol has also become associated with far-right and white supremacy agencies, particularly in the United States, and therefore is not a viable entity in upholding public trust and confidence in the policing uniform. Let's look at the history of the phrase. The origin of the term thin blue line is thought to have been a misappropriation from a military battle scene, a thin red line in the Crimean War, where a regiment of Highlanders, the 93rd Regiment of Foot of the British Army, at the Battle of Balaclava in 1854 stood their ground, as made famous in a painting by Robert Gibb in 1881 called The Thin Red Line. In the interest of fairness, I also point out, by way of any balancing test, that in the UK the Thin Blue Line is also a registered charity, run by serving police officers as a welfare charity, the links of which are given in the description below. It is therefore the public perception and interpretation of a symbol and its misuse that brings into scope concern, not, as in this case, the cause per se. Force uniform policies do vary throughout the UK. Some controversial examples include the Sussex, Metropolitan and Northamptonshire Police. In 2015, Sussex police officers were instructed by supervisors to remove the thin blue line from their uniform on the grounds it was not official uniform and could be seen as a political statement relating to cutbacks in police budgets. The Chief Constable of the Metropolitan Police, Mark Rowley, has also ruled that the thin blue line symbol should not be worn as part of uniform policy, but significant numbers of officers defy the ban on badges linked to the far right and white supremacy. So they're sort of missing the point. If police need or want public support, they need to remain impartial, independent and politically neutral. See the links in description below. Mark Rowley's position on uniform policy is correct. Limit the damage on corporate identity and impartiality by reducing the number of symbolisms. One might think that the direction given by the Chief Constable might amount to a lawful order or instruction, which brings into scope what actually happens when officers openly defy it en masse. Likewise, it also brings into scope what the position of Polic, the Police Federation, His Majesty's Inspectors of Policing and the College of Policing stance is on this. Increasingly, public perception on police uniform, culture and groupthink has become heightened and polarised. The thin blue line represents an us versus them mindset that heightens tensions between officers and citizens and negatively influences police community interactions by setting police apart from society at large and protecting themselves before that of the public when things go wrong. Others believe that the symbolism represents a gang mentality where officers will act with favour to other officers rather than exercising judgment without fear or favour. Links to the Metropolitan Police uniform policy are given beneath the video. Just to illustrate the principle that a uniform policy is not a uniform policy, consider the actions of Northamptonshire Police Chief Constable Nick Adderley, who said he would pay for the thin blue line badges with his own money. Fate certainly has an uncomfortable way of biting you on the backside. Nick Adderley subsequently became the likely subject of a political vendetta on the grounds that he had falsified his service career and displayed campaign medals on his uniform that he had not earned, and is now the subject of an IOPC conduct inquiry on the grounds of discreditable conduct, honesty and integrity. Links to the reported articles on chronology are given beneath the video. Okay guys, back to reality. City Hall auditors, take note. We're now going to have a little look at how to hang the proper flag, the Union flag, properly. Please note, it's a Union flag. If you call it a Union Jack, then you are a wooden pole at sea. So please note, there is a subtle distinction. As the Union flag is not symmetrical, then it can be hung incorrectly. The easiest way to remember this information is that if the broad stripe points towards the sky next to the flagpole, it is hung correctly. If the flag is hung the other way around, it is said to be flown upside down and as a signal of distress. There are two examples where the flag may be presented out of convention in a particular way. The first is on a crown uniform of service personnel, and the second is the funeral of a service personnel coffin. In the United States, the military have their own protocols on displaying the stars and stripes on uniform. It is generally taken to be acceptable to present the stars or states forward facing towards the enemy as a symbolic gesture on the values of unity and determination. So guys, that's it from me. Hope you found this video topic useful. If you'd like to send some stills of city halls, police stations flying the flag incorrectly, or any uniform code blue line violation, I'll do a follow-up compilation to this topic. In the meantime, happy snapping and see you on the next video. Please like and subscribe and spread the word, and we'll see you again on the next one.